After Wanda and I began to date a little bit, my parents would only let me go out once, on special occasions, twice a week. And that wasn't enough. I needed more. Wanda wanted more too, but I didn't ask her if she did. I just knew that she did, because things like that. But a pasture down in Lehigh, and I don't know, 50 head of cows down there, something like that. And every once in a while, Dad would ask me to go down there and count the cows and make sure there wasn't any being lost, because it was a good 3 or 4 miles down there, and we couldn't keep very good track of them. So I'd go down there and count them, and suddenly I got the idea. My goodness, yes, I have to go count the cows. So one day I said to my dad, would you like me to go count the cows down in Lehigh? And he looked at me and he said, well, yeah, if you'd like to, it's about time. So I got all dressed up and walked out, and my mother said, why do you have to be dressed up to go count cows? And I said, it's just part of my dignity. I just have to do it. So I called Wanda up and I said, will you help me go count cows? And she said, Dad, can I go down and help Abe count cows down in Lehigh? He said, count cows? How do you do that? It's going to be dark in 10 minutes. She asked me that same thing, and I said, oh, don't worry about that. We've got ways of counting them. So we got down there, and she said, it's awfully dark. I don't see how you're going to count cows. And I said, well, come with me, and we'll go out there, and I'll show you how. So we walked out into the pasture, and it had flowing wells out there, so there's always water going out over it. And we'd have to walk along the ditch bank and the dry spots and all that stuff. A cow ran past us, and I said, one. And she said, that's how you count them? And I said, yeah. And so finally I counted 50. Most of them she didn't see, just me. And then we go back and get in the car and talk. And I love talking to her. We just talk and talk and talk forever. And then I take her home. Then I do the same thing the next week, and the next week, and the next week. And pretty soon my dad had this little twinkle in his eye every time I said, Dad, you want me to go down there and count those cows? I'd look at him, and he'd have this funny looking little twinkle in his eye, and he'd say, sure, yeah, we need to have that done. So I'd go down after I was dressed up, and we'd count cows. And special, we had some great talks, and it didn't cost me a dime. But at the same time, on the weekends, I'd take her over to the dances. We always had dances over at the old tabernacle downstairs. It was on a spring floor, and it was really bouncy. It was really something. You got something with a real pronounced beat. The whole floor would bounce up and down to the beat of the song. And anyway, then we'd go and spend 25 cents for a hamburger and a nickel for a root beer and go home. And that was kind of what our dates mainly were. They were a lot